Hello, my stamping friends. My name is Holly Peterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And today we're going to make this cute Just Because card using the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. This is currently unavailable, expected to be back in stock the week of April 27th. We have the Delicate Whispers bundle, and the designer paper is Delicate Dreams designer paper, and it is out of stock, but expected to be back in stock next week. I'm also using the iridescent basic pearls for my embellishments. So we'll go ahead and get started. I have a base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We have basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. Crumb Cake that is 4 by 5 1/4. Lost my sticker, here we go. 4 by 5 1/4, and it's embossed with the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. We have Delicate Dreams designer paper 3 by 4, a Gray Granite square 2 by 2, and it's cut with the 4th largest stylish shaped circle. We have Mossy Meadow that is 3 by 3, cut with the 4th largest Spotlight on Nature's circle, and you can see where I've cut items out of there. Here's our little items. We have Crumb Cake that measures 1 by 2 1/2, and it's for 2 flowers and one of these sprig images. We have Mossy Meadow cardstock, 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. Gray Granite variegated trim, about 6 inches. And then we have basic white that is 2 by 1 1/2. I've already stamped it with Early Espresso ink. I think for card class I stamped with Gray Granite. This one is Early Espresso. Okay. Let's get some of this stuff set aside here. I'm going to start by coloring this flower. I'll get a scrap piece of paper here. Whenever you're using the blends markers, you'll want to protect your surface with a scrap piece of paper. And we're using light and dark Old Olive and light and dark Crumb Cake. For the leaves, I just started at the base of the leaf with the dark and then just colored up a little ways onto the leaf. These particular leaves don't have any shading from the artist, but we'll make our own. Oops. And then we'll come in with the light. I start on the dark and then just kind of bleed that through. And they do blend very well together. You do want to make sure that you blend right away so that the alcohol doesn't have a chance to completely dry. And then for the flower, I start with the dark. I'm going to do these little outside edges here with the dark, and then I'm just going to come up from the center And then we'll do the same thing with the light. The more you go over the line where the two colors meet, the better it blends. I think my light blends here is running out, at least on this end. Okay. And then I'm going to take the coordinating die and I'm just going to go cut that out real quick. I'll be right back. And I was a little bit off, so I'm going to take my scissors and just kind of make this one side a little bit smaller of a border. Just a little bit more on this leaf, I think. There, I think that looks a little better. Okay, now we can just do basic assembly for this card. It goes together really quick and easy. So I've already scored this at 5.5. I do like to use my bone folder to make that a crisp crease. And then we're going to just adhere this Mossy Meadow layer to our embossed crumb cake. I'm going to use some liquid glue since that embossing folder is a 3D embossing folder. It gives a real good impression. I'm just leaving a little bit of the crumb cake showing on the left side there. And the embossing folders can shrink your paper. I'm a little bit long here, so I'll just take my snips and cut that off. The folder, I noticed that the most is on the striped embossing folder. I don't remember the exact name of it, but then this, before we do that, we're going to add our ribbon. And I like to just take a glue dot and put it on each end of the ribbon. And then we'll center this down the green layer, the Mossy Meadow layer. And then just anchor it to the back like that. And we're going to go ahead and use some more liquid glue. I like to go over the ribbon just to give it a little bit of reinforcement. We'll center that onto there. I really like crumb cake as a base, but I don't use it near enough. So now we're going to take our Delicate Dreams designer paper. This die does cut the flowers out of this pattern of paper. It also cuts these little flowers. There's dies to cut those little flowers. And then the back of this layer is the squares. And I'm going to adhere this flat. And I'm going to put it a little bit under the ribbon. Then our green circle is going to go down flat. Again, this is Mossy Meadow, cut with the Spotlight on Nature dies. Then on this layer, we're going to stamp our Hello Friend. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm just going to put it about in the center. This is going to get popped up with dimensionals. And then our flower, we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the leaves, but we're only going to put adhesive, liquid adhesive or seal on the flower part since it is going to be on the part that's already popped up. I should have put these pieces down below first. Just going to snip off the edge. Put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of that. I'll snip that one off too. You could put them on the top layer. Maybe I'll put this one on the top underneath the Gray Granite layer. Then we're going to put our little flowers. I put one flat. On this one, I think I'll do both of them flat. This little Mossy Meadow sprig. And we'll put this little guy down too. We're going to add some pearls to the center of the flowers. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool for that, and I use the putty end and just push my embellishment off of the sheet. So we'll put two little ones there, and then we'll put a big one in the middle of the larger flower. I buy these passport holders, cut them down, and then I still have some of the half wood cases that Stampin' Up! Used to have, and I store my embellishments in those wood cases. Okay, that's the front of the card. Now for the inside, since I have the basic gray here, I'm going to use basic gray ink. And I'm just going to stamp in two opposite corners. While I have that out, let's stamp our envelope. Do you guys like to decorate your envelope? I try to. Brings the party on out to the outside of the car for some happy mail. And then you could color these in as well. I think for this card, I'm just going to leave them uncolored. So we'll go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. You could certainly color these the same as we colored the little flower here on the front. There we have a quick, easy card. You could use it for any occasion. And then here's the flowers colored. And then I don't know if you can see that, I did put a little bit of Wink of Stella in the middle of the flowers on the inside. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. I greatly appreciate it. If you've liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos that I do. Bye for now.